everyone, what is good? Welcome back to the channel with your truly, of course, Machiavelli. Hope you all are having a great day today. So today we are back with another Sims 4 speed build. And today's speed build we are making. Sorry, you guys are wondering why I'm talking in like a very calming voice. It's because I'm not filming in my room. I'm filming in the open, and I don't know. It's like when you have an indoor voice. This is my indoor voice, so it's more calming. So hope you all like it. Instead of me doing my high pitched happy voice, it's just my chillax, calm voice. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. So yeah, so it will be a speed build. I have a bunch of builds actually. I am actually staying home from work today. This is a Tuesday, so I'm staying home from work and I built like a few builds. So prepare yourself. So if you guys are watching this by now, when you guys are seeing this, it's probably like next week Tuesday. I'm like doing this on like the 20th of April. So on 20th April, hopefully I dumped a lot of builds for you guys. Because of a lot. So hopefully by then you guys get it. Again, I don't know what this is gonna be because I'm pre-recording this for next week because I kind of want to get this commentary done because I want to start preparing myself for the next season of Life of the Pearsons. So yeah, I'm getting these commentaries done and over with. So let's just jump straight into it, shall we? So in the last part we talked about Fallon's pregnancy, how she got pregnant, and how no one kind of motivated her to keep the kid, and so she ended up getting rid of it, even though she kind of didn't want to, and so yeah, so let's just get straight into it. Anyway, so at this point, like I told you guys, it got really messy, and it kind of happened like after the baby was born, and a few like weeks later, this is like the day, this is like the most shittest, excuse my language, this is the worst day in like that Pearson household. It really was. Before we got to this point, I just want to do a little clarify on Valon's mental state because that's very important now, because when we get into it later you'll understand why she's this way. But at this point she's building a lot of anger. Mainly because I guess she expected more from herself. I guess she had a lot of anger with herself, but she doesn't know how to like show that anger. She's getting mad that she can't have the kid, and that no one's backing her up, that she feels alone, and she has all these emotions that just boils down to anger for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it's just making her angry, and she doesn't know how to get around that. So that's just going through her mind right now. But getting on to the day that everything went to ish. So we pretty much started off like a normal day. Okay, I will say though, it happened. There's three stories. There's Viviana's story, there's Camila's story, and then there is Zeandre's story. So I'm gonna start with Vivi, then I'm gonna move to Zeandre, then Camila, then Zeandre, and then yeah, that should be the cool of it. So yeah, it's a long process, so get yourself a drink, it's about to go down. So anyways, so start off like a normal morning. Vivia got up, she got dressed for school, went downstairs, ate her breakfast, sent her mom off, kissed her mom because she was going off to work. Her dad was staying home that week because Verity was sick, and it was midterms for college kids, and if you guys didn't know, Camila is a professor, so she had to go to work. So Zeandre decided to stay home that week with Verity. So that happened, and so when Vivi left and she went to school, pretty much when she gets to school again, she was a part of the dance squad, the cheer squad. She hanged out with the popular kids. So normally when she gets to school, people say hello to her, people say hi, people give her hugs. She's the quote-unquote one of the popular kids. But this day when she went to school, everyone was just whispering, looking at her, whispering, pointing. It was very weird. So she ends up going to her locker, and then her best friend at the time, Casey, comes up to her and says, do you hear the rumor that's going around? And she's like, what rumor are you talking about? She's like, the rumor that your sister's having a kid right now, and that your sister's pregnant and having a kid right now, or like getting your kid aborted, like just this big pregnancy story that's going around. And of course her sister, Vivi's going, what are you talking about? My sister's at a gifted school for robotics. Like, she's not pregnant. No, that would be happening. Like, everyone knows she's at robotics camp. And so it's like, well, you should go talk to, E about it, because E's spreading the story. He's like, no, E would never do that. E would talk to her about it, because again, at this point, her and E have been quote unquote dating, not dating. Honestly, she's just been a side piece. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's what she's been. But yeah, at this point, they've been quote unquote dating, for like a year now, a year and a few months now, and so she feels like, of course, he would care about her, and just wouldn't start spreading rumors about her family. He would talk to her first. So she like went to go find him, and she found out that he was in the cafeteria. And when she walked in, it was a mess. First thing that got her like all frazzled was Rebecca, who looked, not say different, but she looked very well made. Like normally she would like not really care about her outfits, she'd just wear simple makeup, but that day she looked flawless. Like she had her hair done, makeup done, she looked hot. And the second thing was she was sitting on E's lap. And so that threw her off. Like, what is my good friend doing on my quote unquote boyfriend's lap? It was flabbergasting to her. But she said, you know what? Right now I have I have to get to the bottom of this rumor. So she went up to him and said, yo, E, what are you talking about? Like my sister being pregnant? Like, are you making up this rumor for? Like, why? And then E, of course, because again, at this point, you guys gotta remember, E does not like Fallon because Fallon rejected him. This man doesn't know how to do rejection, so he's always had this anger for her. He's always wanted to bring her down somehow, and so we found out this, and he went with it. And so she asked him, and he said, "Yeah, of course I did that because my brother's like suing your like no, I'm messing this up." So she asked him, did you start the rumor? He said yes. My brother knocked your sister up. And then she was taken back, like when he was like, yeah, my brother like met your sister like for what, a few hours. They like what went into like they went into pretty much, he just pretty much relayed the story about how of what happened between Nicholas, which is E's brother. Did I tell you guys that? I don't know. But Nicholas, which is E's brother, and Valen. So he pretty much told everyone about that, and how she got knocked up, and how she's trying to pin the baby on her brother, and how she's the H word, and how she's an S word too, and how she can get like pregnant at a teenage, and how she's like this and that. She was just ranting on her, and she was just sitting there like, what? Like what? She was just taken back. Like, what are you doing this for? Like, and she goes, why would you do that? I thought you cared about me. Like she's my family at the end of the day. Like you're kind of like my boyfriend, and I'm tired of hiding it. Like she just went out and just like said her feelings. That you're my boyfriend. Why would you say that about me? Like I thought you cared about me. Like that's not true. Like why would you say that? This and that. And he goes like, why would I date you? Like he says that, why would I date you? Like why would I date the sister of the S word? Like why would I do that? You're nothing. Like ew. Why would I want to even touch you? He just went in on her. Like it was nasty. And the whole time Rebecca was just laughing. And then he just made a claim that I'm dating Rebecca. Why would I date you when I can date this? Started to point at Rebecca, pretty much making it known that he and Rebecca were a thing. So she was taken aback, she was hurt, she was distraught, and she just ran out of there. Honestly, at that point she had nothing to say. Like she was nothing to say. Like she couldn't believe, like, one, the guy she liked for like years now just totally told her like an H word because her sister's an H word. Pretty much told her that the relationship's been a lie. Pretty much, made fun of her in front of the whole school. Disrespected her her whole family in front of everybody. She didn't know what to do, so she left school. Literally in the middle of the day, she left school and went back home. And now we need to go over to Zeandre. So this is how Zeandre found out. So Zeandre, as I told you, Zeandre was home with Verity because Verity was sick. So what happened was, there was a lawyer pretty much came to the house to deliver papers to the household. So when he opened the door, the person pretty much said, "You're served. You got served." He's like, "What's going on?" It was very out of the blue. So he took the papers, took it to the office, opened it, and read through it. And when I said his mouth touched the ground, like his jaw was on the floor, he was shook to the core. He had to read that thing over twice because it made no sense to him. He saw, what's called again? They want no relation to the child. that there was a promise that the child would be taken care of and that he doesn't have to worry about it. How they would want a pregnancy test before anything because they can't, trust the source of the claim that she's the father, this and that. And then it just said that like Valen was pregnant. That's all I could read from it. That Valen was pregnant. It was like, no, that can't be it because Valen's at robotics school. She can't be pregnant. And then he's like, you know what? Hold up. So he went in, because like I said, Zeandri's a smart kid. So he went on his wife's record because one of them had to like pay for it, the thing. His wife told her about the robotics school, and she has a pass of not telling him stuff. So he went on her credit card record to see like if he paid for anything recently, and he did. She paid for a $10,000 sum to this this weird camp. So he searched it up on Google and found out that it's a campsite, not a camp, I don't know what it's called, a clinic, I don't know what to call it, a house that houses teenagers that are looking to give up their child for adoption. I just say get rid of their kid. I should say looking to give up their child for adoption. And when I say his heart hit the ground, it really did. He was so angry. Like, could you imagine finding out from lawyers that your daughter's pregnant and that it's been hiding to you, like it's been hidden from you the whole time? Like he felt stupid. Like he kind of felt useless. Like what was the point of what's the point of him being a dad if like he doesn't know this type of stuff? And so the first thing he did was he called his wife. So he called Camila. She was out of her first exam, and so she was in the break room at the time. And when he picked up the phone, she said, "Hey honey," and all he said was, "Is she really pregnant?" And she's like, she was like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Hold up, like what do you mean?" Like what are you talking about? It's like, "Is Valen really pregnant?" And then she goes, honey, I can explain." And then boop, the man hung up on her, like straight hung up the phone, and she went into panic mode. Like she really told the people that she can't like do the test later. She has to find a substitute. She had to go home. It was an emergency, and she dashed home. Like she was fretting because she knows how pissed he would be. Like honestly, it was like it was a mess. She knew it was gonna be a mess. She was just trying to figure out how to like, work it out, how to like make him feel better, how she was going to fix this. So when she got inside, the first person she actually saw, it wasn't even her husband. It was Vivi, because Vivi got home, and Vivi just looked at her and says, "Is Valen pregnant?" And then like her mom's like, how'd she find out? Like she's not gonna be pregnant anymore. She's giving the baby up. And then Vivi, because she had, like I said before, she had all this anger towards her sister about how her sister kind of, took over her life. And so now she's pinning pretty much all the blame on her sister. So she pretty much talked about how she pretty much put all the blame on her sister. Just like, how could she do this? How could she be such a hoe? How could she like have a baby at that age? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why'd you hide this from us? Like, how could she do that? Like, she just blamed everything on her. And then her mom's trying to explain like, Vivi, can we talk? And Vivi's like, no, I don't want to talk to you. You're a liar. And she just ran upstairs. And that was one thing. Now, so we're gonna cut it here, and I'm gonna get into the whole situation that's about to happen between Zeandra and Camila in the next part. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Deuces, peace, bye, later. I love y'all. Peace.